Hello, the internet! It is Saturday, the 10th of July, 2021, and welcome back to the channel. And welcome back to July. This is where I go live every single day in the month of July on YouTube. I know, not too sure why I'm doing it either. I do daily content on DLive, and here we are daily on YouTube as well. Just for the month of July, seeing how this goes. This is interesting, let me tell you that. I've enjoyed my time on YouTube. Actually, I will say this, just from a technical standpoint, when I did this last year, it was much more, let's just say, difficult to go live every day on YouTube. Now, going live every day on DLive, it's a simple one-click process. If you want to get lazy, you don't even have to change your thumbnail. You just go live and bam, you're up and running. On YouTube, it's not that simple. Although, I gotta say, using Restream.io has been very, very not helpful. It's been helpful for me to streamline the process. I think RTMP has helped the situation. If you have Restream.io and you set up an RTMP and you stream to that, then all you got to do is deal with the Restream app, and that's pretty straightforward. So, little technical analysis there for you of streaming live every day on YouTube. What this does for my channel, probably nothing, but I have had fun. This story about Australia being haunted, certain areas of Australia being haunted, this is a viewer request, a giver request. This came from Shyla Rose. I don't really believe in ghosts, to be honest. I'm not too sure the validity of these stories, but we'll take a look at them. Here's the thing. I don't disbelieve. I was going to say disagree and believe at the same time, and I said disbelieve. I'm not awake yet. I just realized I'm not awake yet here, folks. I'm still half asleep. My bad. It's Saturday morning. I had a few drinks last night. It was a celebration. It was my father, or would have been my father's 84th birthday yesterday, had he have not died 20 years earlier. So there was a little bit of this last night, and I'm a little rough. I think ghosts are real. I've never seen one, though. That's what I was trying to say. I don't think that they're not real, but I've had no encounters, so I've got nothing to go on. I've got a chat here, though, and I'm ghosting it by not mentioning it. I started the chat with, "Hello, the internet!" Mindy said, "Hi, Benon." Mindy, how are you? I'm glad I'm just off this weekend. Tough week. Yeah, it's been stressful at work with COVID numbers going up again. I've had to do some plumbing work around the house, which was very stressful. Plumbing, not something I know anything about. Plumbing and water and pipeses and catchments and easements, and I said, yeah, it's getting heavy again here, lockdowns. And I kind of meant two things there. When I said heavy, it's been smashing down with rain here, and COVID's getting heavy as well. Mindy said, it's sad to see someone in their 70s who had previously declined the vaccine to now be on their deathbed because of that decision. And then I asked which you know what? You can read that in the chat. I don't want to give YouTube any fuel. They've already dinged me for a statistic, and even though I fought it, I never had any resolution. I never actually had any confirmation on what the ding was, but we assume it was for the statistic which I gave about a week ago on the stream. So I feel like such a sensitive topic, COVID, and I feel like it seems like anything you say can get you dinged. So from here on in, I might save my COVID conversations for DLive only. It seems like YouTube isn't the place to do it, and I don't want to risk getting a real ding, even though I got my real ding, but it's because my first real ding becomes a warning ding. Go figure that. So I'm gonna leave that, and you can discuss it at your own will somewhere else on some other platform, just not here on YouTube. Perdsky in the house. Hi guys. Hey Perdsky. Hi Mindy. Hi guys. Stella Beth in the house. This is for Perdsky. This is for Stella. This is for Mindy. This is for all you other yahoos. There you go. Cheers as ears. Hey, Perd, I'm going to be disappointed if Bennett hasn't dressed up in his Halloween garb. Oh, for the ghost stories, right. See, here's the other thing. I won't do that on YouTube because it's just a waste of my time, right? YouTube is typically a waste of time. So getting dressed up like I do on DLive for Halloween and getting in the theme of it, there's more benefit there. YouTube, it's like, pfft, what's the point, right? Where is Frau Cut of Meat, Cut of Meat, Cut of Meat? She's probably sleeping as well. Let me bring up the chat here, folks, so we can all play along. But let us... By the way, thank you for being here, Perdsky. I know it's not the greatest time for you in terms of the hour of day, but I appreciate you being here. Let me ask you this. 10 days in to July, what are your thoughts? Not just Perdsky, but Stella and Mindy as well. Should I... Like, is this the wrong thing to go live? Is it the wrong idea to do this? All told, these streams are kind of pretty short. I'm keeping them around about the half an hour mark. Sometimes they go a little longer. But am I wasting your time doing this? And should I focus just on DLive? Or should we continue? I think it's a nice idea, Perdsky. Okay. I don't mind it once a month. I don't mind it once a year. Like every July, I don't mind doing it. You got to feel it though. Yeah, I think if I can speak frankly, and I always will and always do, I don't feel it, but it's not because of DLive. I don't feel it because it's YouTube. That's kind of why I'm not feeling it. It's not that the concept of the thing is what I'm not getting. It's more that, is this just lost on YouTube and there's no point, I suppose. Stella says, no, it's good. I'll tell you what, I have had a few, well, more than usual views on replays. And I feel like the stuff that we've done thus far has been somewhat evergreen. The content is like that, Jenna Ericus, I can't remember her name. That stream about the homeless YouTuber, right? I think that kind of stuff is probably good to do because it'll be viewable again and again and again. So with that in mind, if you've got any content that you think we should do on these live streams, go to my Discord and pop it in there. Just pop a, Perdsky, you putting links in the Chisel chat, pop them in the Discord and say, hey, I saw this pop up. Maybe you might want to talk about that. Because I'm all open for ideas. I'll talk about anything except for COVID. I won't touch COVID anymore on YouTube. I'm just... certainly not while I've got my warning strike visible on my channel. Like, that's... Yeah. Political foolishness. How you doing, man? Good to see you, buddy. Little cheers for you. Do both. I'm not a DLive person for chat, but I respect people who like it. Fair enough. You could have done it on DLive. Interesting. I already do daily on DLive, so for me to come out and say DLive, it'd be like, what, are you going to go twice on... You're going to go live twice on DLive in the day? What? I'm posting an interesting research paper to your Discord tonight, DLive drama related. Yeah, I already responded to that, Perdsky. Already responded to it. Let's move in. Let's move into the content here. This was the link that Sharla gave me. This is the ghost... Let me make this larger for you, yahoos. This is a story from centralcoastaustralia.com.au. The Ghost at Jenny Dixon Beach, urban legend. Now, this is quite an old story, but still, ghosts are timeless. There's a woman walking through some bushland. Jenny Dixon is home to one of Australia's most famous urban legends. A woman appears, arms outstretched, beseeching. What? Look at that word, beseeching. I beseech thee, 80 years ago. Who uses that word? I'm lost now. A woman appears, arms outstretched, beseeching the help of an observer. A nearby road is home to a phantom hitchhiker, a young woman who was murdered decades ago. Are they one and the same? If you're ever driving along Wilfred Barrett Drive, heading towards Noraville in New South Wales, Australia, beware of picking up hitchhiking women. This area, a narrow piece of land flanked by the trees of the Wirrabulong National Park, itself flanked by two large bodies of water, the Tasman Sea and Tuggerah Lake, is well known to be haunted. Tasman Sea's just out here too, by the way, folks. Extends all this far. I'm off to dinner. See ya. No worries, Mindy. Take care. Have a good dinner. Enjoy. Get it into ya. Perdsky, I'm also coming up to the anniversary of my father's passing. It'll be 2 years, so my heart's with you. Thank you, Perdsky. Thank you, man. 2 years for you, dude. Heavy. That's heavy, man. That's soon. Ouch. Sorry to hear that, dude. A pretty young woman may be standing at the side of the road looking for a lift. I'll pick her up. Yeah. You pull over, and as you are going in her direction, she climbs in. She does not take the front seat, but rather prefers to sit in the back. The conversation, if any, is short-lived, her voice trailing off. Before long, you realize you are talking to yourself, and a quick glance in the rearview mirror confirms that indeed you are. She's gone. Shaken, you set down in Noraville, and if you're not feeling too crazy that you are going mad, you may share your experience. This is written kind of strangely. What is it, third person? It is nothing new here. It happens all the time. The police have many reports of such occurrences, and the locals know it all too well. This sequence of events has been playing out for more than 40 years. You have just met the local ghost, one whose tale is not a happy one at all. Are you buying this crap? Are you buying this? This goes on and on and on in this town. This happens to many people. Here's the thing. Why would a ghost want to hitchhike? Can't they transcend time and space and intergalactic dimensions? Yeah, they got to hitch up the road with the thumb out. See? The above may sound familiar, and so it should. It is a classic phantom hitchhiker scenario, one that plays out in all parts of the world. However, like Resurrection Mary outside of Chicago in the USA and numerous other famous roadside ghosts, the woman of Wilfred Barrett Drive seems to be more than just a story. It is now a piece of local lore, so therefore it's got to be believable. This article says it's a piece of lore. I beseech thee, understand the lore, not L-A-W, L-O-R-E. It's lore. There are quite a few versions of this story, but the core, rhyming lore with core, is essentially the same with each telling. Back in the 70s, someplace, it was as early as the 50s, a young woman was making her way home along Wilfred Barrett Drive. It's a long, dark walk along the road back to Noraville, so she lifted her thumb when she saw a car's headlights coming up behind her. The car stopped and the girl peered inside to see 5 young men. They looked friendly enough, so she hopped in and off they set. The young men found the women to be quite attractive and decided they would like to spend some time with her. That's putting it very eloquently. Against her wishes, they drove her down to the local beach where she was sexual. Oh, be careful about saying that on YouTube. Before she was SA'd, beaten, and left in the nearby scrub. She was found sometime later. She was not in good shape at all, and she did pass away within a few days. Before she died, she did state that she would get her own back. Unfortunately, the police were unable to get a clear description of the guilty party. They had their suspicions, but nothing definite. The 5 guilty men went free, but the young woman, it would seem, did get her revenge. Now she hitches that street, and everybody picks her up. Within the year, a series of strange accidents and suicides saw a group of 5 close friends die in fairly grisly ways. What? 3 car wrecks, a hanging, and a self-inflicted shotgun wound later, and the friends were all dead. They're all dead, Dave. What, Chrissy Kachansky? She's dead, Dave. Rimmer? He's dead, Dave. They're all dead, Dave. All of them had complained of seeing and hearing things leading up to their demise. If they weren't seeing and hearing things, they would have been blind and deaf. It's good that they could see and hear before they died. For the past 40 years, people have reported seeing a young girl at the side of the road. At times, she has nearly caused accidents due to people swerving to avoid her. At times, people pick her up and have her disappear. It has been reported numerous times. Even the police are said to have witnessed this apparition. I want to hear the story of those who have had ghost sex. That's more intriguing than just seeing a shadow, right? I had sex with her. She's a ghost. I know. It was ghostly. Many believe the young woman's name is Jenny Dixon. Seriously? Dixon? Come on. Due to either misreading stories or mashing of separate stories. Dixon? Dixon? You see where this is going? I don't believe this crap. The beach she was found was named after her. However, the beach had already been named for another Jenny Dixon, and the ghost was named after the beach. The beach is also haunted. People utilizing the beach. I utilize the beach sometimes when I go surfing. Utilize? What kind of language is this? People utilizing the beach, found near the end of Wilfred Barrett Drive, have also reported seeing the ghost of a woman. She will stand back towards the scrub, having suddenly appeared as if from nowhere. She holds her hands to whoever sees her in an appeal for help. Unfortunately, those who see her generally are aware she is not solid flesh, and she appears to go unaided. People are generally too terrified. How much longer does this crap go for? Although many people believe it is the one and the same woman, there are a group that believe the ghostly woman is another person entirely. So there's a little bit of speculation there. There are even a few people who have experienced both the roadside ghost on Wilfred Barrett Drive and the ghost of Jenny Dixon Beach. The two women are described differently, both wearing clothes suitable to the period which they died. The roadside ghost is cloth befitting the mid-1900s, and the ghost of Jenny Dixon Beach clothes of the mid-1800s. Just south of Jenny Dixon Beach is Nora Head, a piece of coastline that juts out into the Tasman Sea. The area is quite notorious for the number of shipwrecks that occurred as captains unfamiliar with the lay of the coast ran aground. Is this going to lead into another story? However, it is in 1871 that we are interested in regards to the name Jenny Dixon. In this year, the coal schooner Janet Dixon sank with the survivors gathering on the beach. Later, that beach would be called Jenny Dixon Beach. As for the ghost who haunts this site, many believe it is the ghost of a woman who was either killed in one of the many shipwrecks or has lost their baby to the depths, and she continues to search. I call absolute bullshit. That's garbage. That's fanciful writing, absolute rubbish. centralcoastaustralia.com.au. Get out of there. It's just fanciful writing. That's all that is. Stupid. In the Chisel Chat, not fanciful writing, real writing from real people, no ghosts. Podsky, Sold Cakes. Hello, Sold. Soldskis, how you doing? Little cheers for you, Soldskis. I highly recommend the Sydney Quarantine Station Ghost Tour. Dude, I actually have this right here. Philips Unhaunted Australia. What? To launch its new Philips Hue Ambience smart light bulbs, Philips unhaunted the Manly Quarantine Station, which has a reputation as the most haunted place in Australia. Is this what you're talking about, Pertskis? Oh no, that's Firefox. What browser is that? Oh, hold on a sec. I haven't put audio in for that browser. Let me just grab the audio for the browser of Brave. I'm going to just make a new audio source here, folks. Brave Audio. And I'm going to add the Brave browser as an audio source. And that's done. And I'm going to monitor and output that. Just a little technical hitchy, which I haven't done before. Monitor and output. What is the set volume of Firefox to match? 7.9 minus 7.9 dB. Well, then I'll put the Brave browser at the same dB. And there we have it. Now I can play this and you'll be able to hear it. It's run by the National Trust. It's near Manly. Here we go. This is it. Quarantine Station Manly.
This is the place where ships suspected of harbouring deadly illnesses were quarantined. And over half of the people that came here never left.
Oh, measles.
This place is one of the most actively haunted locations in Australia.
This is a good example, folks, of when you should color grade your footage. For all the vloggers who color grade their vlogs, get your hand off it. You're not presenting a cinematic ting. Cinematic tings. You're not doing that. You're vlogging. You should be showcasing what you're seeing in its natural light and natural tonality. However, if you're making a story, such as a story on a haunted area, you might want a color grade. And the color grading could look something like this color grading. I hate seeing vloggers who do this in their vlogs. It's stupid. The Orange and Teal saga, I'm so glad that series is over on YouTube. Some strange stuff happened here. They went on a summer evenings and they won ward of the made HP. Let's have a look.
This is the place where ships suspected of harbouring deadly illnesses were quarantined. And over half of the people that came here never left. This place is one of the most actively haunted locations in Australia. Couldn't pay me enough money to sleep here at night by myself.
Because, of course, the ghosts only come out at night. The unhaunting.
Elizabeth, are you here?
Oh my god.
Come to the box in my hand. She's one of the lesser known ghosts and she speaks through us through a lot of our equipment.
Of course she does. So somebody touched one of the beds and said it was cold. I touched it and it was a lot colder than the room temp. That's weird.
Are you happy to hear your story told? In this exact room, we had a lady who had this burning sensation down her abdomen. When she lifted up her shirt and had a look, she had an incision down her belly. That shouldn't be going off. That should not be going off.
Can the right light transform the mood of any home? So this is an ad for Philips Hue. Seriously? You believe all this stuff, Pertsky? You believe these little readers are somehow signaling into the nether regions of Ghostland? I don't. I mean, you can. I don't believe it, though. This is an ad for a light bulb. And by the way, I'm probably going to get dinged for playing this, now that I know it's an ad, right? Philips aren't going to like me doing this.
Whoa. It's a nice place. Jeez.
Does she come with the light bulb? Oh, you! It's all bullshit, yeah.
Oh, so.
It's well known that demons imitate children's voices.
Right away.
Cheers.
The guy looks... that guy looks
Child's
familiar.
voice saying, "Come play with me."
Okay, go.
Put your left foot in the air.
It is in the air.
Am I an animal?
There are tons of people doing this on YouTube that get big views. Yeah, I remember Jay Boston went to do this crap for a while. Remember he did a live stream. Danny was the producer back home, and yeah, fully milking this concept of 3 a.m. ghost stories. It's so stupid, hey?
No. Am I an animal?
No.
Oh, something's not right. Someone's here. We need to get out of here. We need to go now. This room is
It's always night vision, right? Cut to night vision.
known as the demon room.
He should try to communicate with Rosie. We made that joke. I made that gag because we watched it on my stream, and I made the gag that he should go back to Crystal World. Is that where it was originally? The worm place. Go back to the original location, and that would be. And I said that would be a way he could redo Rosie, right? He could go there and use those stupid RF indicator crap and pretend that he's getting a signal from the place where Rosie spent most of her life, inside that tank full of formaldehyde. And he wouldn't have to go to the new place, and he wouldn't have to like get footage of the new. He could just do the old spot, and that would be enough. I'm surprised he didn't do it. I'm dead set surprised he didn't do that, because he was looking for every conceivable way to squeeze that teat and milk that thing as much as he could, and that was a very, very easy way to do it, and he never did it. Probably the guilt, right? The guilt probably took too much over him.
Was it a good night?
Yeah.
This is not a room I'd like to turn the lights off in.
These two people were paid to go and stay there, and they're not going to have some happy times together. The only ghost that they saw was the lack of their enthusiasm. That ghost left the building.
Did you say something?
Ah, they survived.
I loved it because I have problems sleeping and I slept well here.
The mood lighting came on and it made me feel just completely warm. I loved it straight away.
I'd love to come here again.
Guys, what if we told you that this little holiday house is actually one of the most haunted locations in Australia?
Ah!
That's why you gave it to us for free. That's why you brought us here. Oh, look at their faces. They can't believe it.
That's insane. Now I have mixed feelings. I feel like this house has betrayed me.
That is absolutely the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. That was so stupid, right? So ridiculous. I'm probably going to get dinged for that. That's probably going to... This stream's going to get... Oh, Phillips claimed it. No monetization. I don't watch ghost stories usually, says Stella Beth. Life is crazy by itself. Right on, right on. Let's have a look at one other that could get me dinged. This is probably will get me dinged. This is from Channel 9 News Australia. CCTV proof that ghosts exist. Let's take a look at what this is all about.
Quaint little pub in a little village in rural Kent. But there's something strange in this neighbourhood. Security cameras in the Tyler's kiln have captured some mysterious movements at night. Over months, the motion sensors show stools moving, umbrellas popping open, and doors swinging, all while no one's around.
Oh crap, they're playing Ghostbusters. Dang, hopefully that doesn't get me dinged.
Obviously there's no explanation, it's some sort of spirit.
Alistair Collins owns the pub and maintains this isn't a stunt, isn't a G-up.
The footage picked this moving like this. All on its own, no one else in the building.
There's no fishing wire pulling it back or
No
anything,
fishing wire, certainly not. No draft that could cause that.
But this skeptic still isn't.
Didn't show us that footage, just showed us the chair one. The thing with this stuff, folks, is it can easily be made, right? Like you can do this very, very simply. The other thing is, if it's proof that there are ghosts, why aren't they doing more than just moving one solitary thing? Like, imagine if it's a ghost, they could move all the chairs at once, and they could spin them in a circle and tip them upside down and lift them up, put them down and move them. Instead, it's just this little, gotta be a ghost. That glass went from here to here, gotta be a ghost. 100% proof. And by the way, I thought this was in Australia, given it's on Australian television, but it's not. So Australia isn't haunted. Spoiler alert.
Convinced.
Chair.
Have a go. See if we can
Dragging it and try and make it smooth.
Am I close?
I think so, but you can just see that it's quite tufty.
Okay, but the umbrella shot. Surely that can be faked.
I thought
See
if
where
you're
you go.
crouching
Yeah,
down, then-
just mind your head.
So I'd be in shot now. wouldn't
You'd be
I?
in shot, and you'd have to. I mean, I think you'd have seen it.
If it is a ghost, the theory is
You'd be in shot if you didn't clone yourself out. If I was a ghost, I'd seek out Mrs. Dixon. Yeah, me too. I'd be running around. I'd be the rapey ghost. Hey, it'd be like, this dude's getting heaps of nookie. Hey, and nobody knows who it is. Yeah, that's how. I mean, why be a cool ghost? You could be a prick and be a ghost.
it's Gilbert, the old landlord.
He
Oh,
died
Gilbert.
in 1978.
Look at those bottles behind him. Stone's ginger wine I see on the far left. Can you guys see that? Stone's ginger wine here. What's that? Scent. Is that St. Meds? STMEDS, St. Meds. Egg. EGG Eggfly. Cool.
And he was a bit of a stickler for tradition. Maybe he doesn't like what I've done with the place.
So you've got Gilbert the Ghost after you now.
Gilbert the Ghost, yeah, great name.
Who are you going to call?
Not Richard Hosking, the electrician. He's got his own ghoulish story from when he was doing the renovations.
I heard the swing doors go, and then footsteps up the stairs.
So Richard
Show us
called
it.
out to the only other person in the pub.
He came out of the kitchen.
So, first of all, for that even be true,
I heard the swing doors go, and then footsteps up the stairs.
So Richard called out.
the ghost would have to go through one side of that swing door. Whenever you go through barn doors, you just push them both open, right, and fling through it. Why would the ghost just go, oh, I'll go through the left side and leave the right side untouched? It's 121 Fahrenheit. Massive heat wave. Hey Siri, what's 121 Fahrenheit in Celsius?
121 degrees Fahrenheit is 49.4 degrees Celsius.
49 Celsius. Crikey, that's hot, Stella. Jeez, get a drink in here. How many beers did that guy get put on his tab?
To the only other person in the pub.
He came out of the kitchen behind me. There was no one upstairs, so
What did you think then?
yeah, a little bit freaked out. Just got on
Also, why would their security footage be black and white?
got on with the day, really.
This is a stool that apparently mysteriously was pulled back. Luckily, it pushes in as well. And in a pub with plenty of spirits, plenty of beers, I have a ghost chip, thanks. Cheers. Perhaps it's not surprising that after a few people...
Oh, they should have green screened that beer to disappear. It's at night, but you still have clear night footage these days. Why does you have cameras that shoot nighttime in color these days? I've seen many fine spirits, many with last names Vodka, Whiskey, Daniels.
People tend to see and even hear a few things.
True or not, it's just in time for Halloween, and the attention is bringing in even more punters.
What do you do with Gilbert?
What do we do? Well, we've been asked whether we want to perform an exorcism, but he doesn't seem
Oh
to
my
be
God.
a scary ghost. Nothing malicious has
Not yet.
happened.
Ah, friendly ghost.
I'm not playing that. If they're gonna, that's what they should have done with the beer. I'm gonna kill the audio here, but they should have done this with the beer. The fade in, fade out. Yeah, that thing. That was so simple to do and punch in on post. Easy to do, right? Just so stupid. So I hate to be the one to do this to you, but Australia is not haunted. There are no ghosts. It's all make-believe. None of it exists. And I'll see you on the next stream, whenever that exists. Oh, it'll be tomorrow, because it's Julive. Julive is happening tomorrow as well as today, being that it's the month of July. Every day on YouTube. I'll also be on DLive later on. Thanks for being here with me, folks. Cheers is all.